Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Exercise 2.2, unit number 2. The title of unit number 2 is Matrices and Determinant. In previous video lecture we discussed question number 1. Now we will discuss question number 2 of exercise 2.2. Without evaluating, the statement of the question is without evaluating state the reason for the following equalities. Now the first equality is 1 2 0 3 1 0 minus 1 2 0 equal to 0. So now you see that this is the determinant of the 3 by 3 matrix which is equal to 0. So without evaluating this determinant, you just need to give the reason for this equality, that why the determinant of this matrix is equal to 0. We know a property that if a row or a column, if every element of a row or a column of a square matrix is 0, then the determinant of that matrix is equal to 0. So from that property we know a property reason that why this determinant equal to 0. You just need to give the reason. You didn't need to evaluate the determinant without evaluating. So the reason for this equality is that C3 is equal to 0, you can say. That is, all elements of the third column are equal to 0. You see that the first element in the third column, the second element in the third column, and this is the third element in the third column, all of them are 0. So this C3, the third column, is 0 because all the elements are 0. So we know a property that if every element in a row or in a column of a square matrix is 0, then the determinant of that matrix must be 0. So according to that property we can say that this determinant equal to 0. So this is the reason that why you see this equality, mean the determinant of this equal to 0. Part number 2 of the question. In part number 2, another equality is 1 2 3 minus 8 4 minus 12 2 minus 1 3 equal to 0. So what is the reason that this is equal to 0? We know that we can take common from any row or any column. So if I consider the determinant of the matrix which is present on the left hand side, so you see that if I take minus 4 common from the second row, which I can remember that you can take common from any row or from any column. So I am taking common minus 4 from the second row. So when you take common minus 4 from the second row, so it will be taken common from every element of that row. So this become 2 minus 1 and that will become 3. So 2 minus 1 and 3. So you know a property that a square matrix A has two identical rows or two identical columns, then the determinant of that matrix will also be equal to 0. So you see that this is a square matrix of order 3 by 3 in which row number 2 and row number 3 are same. Every element of row 2 and row 3 are same. So that's why these two rows are identical. So that's why the determinant of this matrix by that property is 0. So minus 4 multiplied by 0, you will get 0. So you see that the determinant of this matrix is equal to 0. So the reason for this is when you take common minus 4 from R2, the reason that why when you take common minus 4 from R2, then the matrix contain two identical rows, then the matrix contain two identical rows, and we know that if a matrix contains two identical rows or identical columns, then the determinant of that matrix is always 0. So you see that this determinant equal to 0, minus 4 multiplied by 0, you will get 0. So you see that the determinant of this matrix is equal to 0. So this is the reason. You didn't need to evaluate, you didn't need use the method of cofactor and minor to expand and you get the answer equal to 0. Without evaluating, you need to give a reason for the following equalities. Now part number 3. In part number 3 of question number 2, the part 3 is 1, 3 minus 2, 3 minus 1, 1, 2, 1, 4, 1, 3 minus 2, 3 minus 1, 1, 2, 1, 4. So you need to give the reason that why the determinant of these two matrices are equal. Remember, you know a property that if rows are interchanged into columns, when all rows are interchanged into columns or all columns are interchanged into rows, then the determinant of those matrices must be equal. So if you see that the rows of this matrix is actually interchanged into the columns of this matrix. So whenever the rows of one matrix are interchanged into columns or columns into rows, so the new matrix which is formed after interchanging rows or columns, the determinant must be equal to the old one. It actually you are taking the transpose. So remember that A is a square matrix, and if you take the transpose of that square matrix, so it will be A transpose. So remember that the determinant of the A and its transpose are always equal. This is the property. So you see that this matrix is actually the transpose of this matrix, and remember that the determinant of a matrix and the determinant of its transpose are always equal. So that's why there is equality between these two matrices determinant. So the reason is transpose of a matrix is always equal to the determinant of that matrix. So from here I can write transpose of a matrix, determinant of the transpose of a matrix, determinant of the transpose of a matrix is always equal to the determinant of the given matrix. So this is the reason for this equality. Part number 4 of question number 2. Part 4 of the question 2 is 3 2 0 1 1 minus 3 2 4 minus 6 equal to minus 3 times 3 2 0 1 1 1 2 4 2. So if I take this left hand side, so this is 3 2 0 1 1 minus 3 2 4 minus 6. So you know that you can take common from any row or from any column. So if I take minus 3 common from the third column, the first two columns are written as it is, you see, and from the third column I am taking minus 3 common. So when you take minus 3 common from 0, so it will remain 0. When you take minus 3 common from this minus 3, so here you will get 1, and when you take minus 3 common from here, so here you will get 2. So you see that this is actually your right hand side. So that's why there is equality between these two determinants, and in this determinant minus 3 is also in multiplication. Actually minus 3 is taken common from the third column. So the reason for this, by taking common minus 3 from the third column, you see the equality between the left hand side and the right hand side. So this is the reason. Okay, part number 5. Part number 5 is 1 0 minus 1 3 2 1 1 minus 1 0, which is equal to minus times 1 0 minus 1 1 minus 1 0 3 2 1. You need to give the reason for the equality. Okay, why the left hand side is equal to right hand side? What is the reason? So remember, when you interchange two rows or two columns, so there must be just sign difference between the determinant of those matrices. If any two rows or columns in a square matrix A are interchanged, then the determinant of the resulting matrix is equal to minus times determinant of A. You see that if I consider this matrix, so what is the relation between this matrix and this matrix? Both are given in the determinant form. You see that this is R2, and here this is R3, and this is R3, and here it is R2. So you see that two rows are interchanged. So remember, whenever two rows are interchanged, so the determinant will be only differ by a sign. Remember this. If the determinant of this matrix is 10, so this matrix is actually obtained by interchanging two rows. So the determinant of this matrix must be equal to minus 10. Remember, whenever you interchange two rows or two columns, so the determinant will be differ by just a sign. So this is the reason. You can write the reason: when you interchange two rows or two columns, so then the determinant is differ by minus. So you see that this determinant is only differ by just a minus sign. So the reason for this is actually R2 and R3 are interchanged. This is the symbolic way to write the interchanging of R2 and R3. So this is the reason for this part number 5. Now the last part, which is part number 6. Okay, part number 6 is Part number 6 of question number 2. The equality is 201 312 122, which is equal to 201 556 122. You need to give a reason that why both these determinants are equal. So I am considering the without evaluating. You didn't need to expand the determinants with the help of cofactors and minors. You just need to give a reason by mentioning one of the property. So if I consider the right hand side, so on right hand side the matrix in determinant form is 201 556 122. So remember, I can write this matrix in the form 201. 5 can be written as 3 plus 2. This 5 can be written as 1 plus 4. This 6 can be written as 2 plus 4. And the third row will be as it is. So remember, we know a property if some or all elements of a row or a column of a determinant are expressed as the sum of two or more terms, then the determinant can be expressed as the sum of two or more determinant. We know a property. Leave this at here. Now we know a property that you see that this is the determinant, now you see the first row is written actually the sum of two terms. So this determinant can be converted into two determinants, and this is the way to convert this determinant into two determinants. You see that, remember the property if some or all elements of any row or any column, if some or all elements of any row or any column of a determinant are expressed as the sum of two or more terms, then the determinant of that matrix can be expressed as the sum of two or more determinants. So you see that in first row all the elements are expressed as the sum of two terms, so that's why this determinant can be expressed as the sum of two determinants. So by using this property, the left hand side, you see that this can be written as the sum of two determinants because the second row is expressed as the sum of two terms. So this can be written as this can be written as 201. This single determinant can be expressed as the sum of two determinants because the second row elements are written in the sum of two terms. So according to that property, this determinant can be written as the sum of two determinant, and that determinants must be in this form. So you mention here the property that if any row or any column's elements are expressed as the sum of two or more terms, then the determinant can be expressed as the sum of two or more determinants. So this is the reason for that. Okay, now if I take two common from the second row, so that will become 1 2 2. I am taking common from 2 from this second row. Okay, so you see that the row 2 and row 3 of this matrix is identical. So we know a property that if two rows or two columns of a matrix are identical, then the determinant of that matrix is equal to 0. So 0 multiplied by 2, you will get 0. So this is equal to 2 0 1 3 1 2 1 2 2. So this is your required left hand side. So you see you see it here. This is your left hand side, this is your right hand side. I consider the right hand side. I can write the second row in this form. You see that the second row is written, every element of the second row is written as the sum of two terms. So according to the property that if any row or any column entries or elements are written as a sum of two or more elements, then that determinant can be converted into sum of two or more determinants. So according to that property, this single determinant is converted into two determinant. You must mention that property here. And if I take common 2 from the second row, so two rows become identical, and you know that the if a matrix contain two identical rows or identical columns, so you get determinant equal to 0. So 2 multiplied by 0, you will get 0. So you will get this determinant. So you see that this is the required left hand side. So that's why left hand side and right hand side are equal. Here actually we are using two properties. One property is here that this single determinant is converted into two determinants, and one property is here that the determinant of this matrix is equal to 0. So you will write the property when you converting the single matrix into and the single determinant into two determinant here, and when you write it the determinant of this equal to 0. So you must write here that whenever two rows and two columns of a matrix are identical, then the determinant of that matrix is equal to 0. So you see that we just use the properties to show that the left hand side is equal to the right hand side. And this is the need of the question, that you didn't need to evaluate, you didn't need to expand the determinant by minor and cofactor methods, but you need to give the reason. You need to prove that why left hand side is equal to right hand side. You need to give a reason for the equality. So this is the question number 2 of exercise 2.2. I explained this in detail. Thank you.